guys, before I get this video started, I just wanted to talk about throughout this whole video you're going to see I was using this hyper dip. When I ordered from Dip Your Car, I ordered the piano black hyper dip, and I assumed when I got it was piano black hyper dip, so I ended up all my emblems and everything down here with the hyper dip, thinking that I got piano black. I mean, I did question, the lid is a matte color, but all on the container does not tell you what color you actually have. And so I just ended up thinking I had it the whole time, and I didn't really like the finish. I thought it was going to be a lot more glossier than it really was. So, and then after I finished, I contacted Dip Your Car and I asked them, how do I know what color I actually have? And then they told me to look on the bottom of the can. And on the bottom of the can, it'll tell you what color you actually have. I was originally sent Shadow Black, and which is their matte color. And then they told me that I got the wrong color, and then they ended up shipping me out Piano Black is the original one I got. So throughout the video, you're going to see me using Shadow Black, and I mean, obviously it works exactly the same as the Piano Black, but the color is a little different. So towards the end of the video, you're going to see me switch over to the Piano Black so I can get a nice finish coat on these, so that way I can get that glossy look I was looking for. And another thing I noticed too on the lids are matte versus the Piano Black, it's a glossy one. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up and show you guys that it might look matte towards the beginning of the video, but at the end I do a final coat with the gloss black. So let's get started. What's going on, you guys? Today I'm going to be doing some Plasti dip into the emblems of my car, but instead of doing Plasti dip, I'm going to be using what they call hyper dip, which is a lot more expensive than Plasti dip. It's supposed to give you a gloss shine, so without having to do any extra secondary coat or any clear coat. So this is right here, this is a piano black. This costs about $25 or so from Dip Your Car. The first thing we're gonna have to do is get all the things that we need. So obviously we're gonna need a can of hyper dip. Then we're gonna need some type of masking tape. I got some frog tape here. And then you don't need this, but this is definitely gonna help. This is some masking like tarp, so you can tape around it, and then just to help get the overspray. So the first thing we're going to need to do is get some degreaser and another microfiber towel. And I would recommend not to spray onto the emblems, just so that way you don't get any water in between where the rag won't get it. So it'll be easier just to spray it onto the rag, rub it in a little bit, and then just get the whole area and the emblem and try to get in between as good as you can, just to try to get rid of any other dirt, so this way it'll stick good. Like I said, get around it good, because we're gonna have to paint around it too. Alright, now that we got everything cleaned off, I'm going to go with my frog tape and tape off, I don't know, leave about 2 inches or so around the emblem. I know the front emblem is not as easy because it grows underneath it, but you want to try to leave about 2 inches or so of good paint around the emblem, so that way we can make Plasti dip out all the way, so it's a lot easier to clean out. Alright, now that we got everything taped off and masked off everything, so you don't have to tape off as much as I did, but the more you tape off, the less cleanup you have to do afterwards. So I just tried to tape off as much as I could that I know that I'll probably get overspray on. This stuff you want to do in several small layers. You don't want to do any heavy coats. This stuff goes on better with small layers and a lot of layers. Usually they say about 4 to 5 layers is good. But I'm gonna probably keep going until I run out of this can. I just got 1 can of this stuff, but 1 can should be plenty enough to do the 3 emblems I have on my car. So now pretty much we're gonna shake this up for probably about a minute or 2 and then start painting. All right, and before we start spraying, I'm gonna give everything one last little wipe down with this a drier part of my rag, just to make sure any dust or anything that got on there, we can get it off real quick. And make sure you wipe up all around it and everything. All right, and now we'll start spraying. And make sure you try to get the contours so you're not leaving anything even underneath. All right, then we're gonna wanna let this dry for probably about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll put on another coat. In the meantime, I'm gonna move over to the front and then spray the front emblem now. All right, now I'm gonna spray the front emblem, but before I do that, I forgot to mention, make sure when you're spraying this stuff, it's not in a high humidity. Right now here in Florida, it's about a little over 50% humidity. If it's anything higher than like 60% or so, it might not stick good. And also make sure you're spraying this on a non-windy day, or at least like me, I'm spraying it in my garage. So that way you're out of the elements, less likely to get anything in the paint. Just a heads up, so that way you don't have any other problems when you're applying this. All right, this is after about 10 minutes of my first coat. Doesn't look too bad. It does look very matte finish to me. I hope that after you put more coats on, it'll look a lot better and it won't be as matte, because it does advertise this as being a piano gloss black. So hopefully the more coats we put on, the better it'll look. This will be my last coat on the back end as well. And according to Fonzie at Dip Your Car, you want to do a lot of fast passes and very small overlaps. So I guess the hyper dip is a little bit different than the Plasti dip. the last coat dry for about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna start peeling back some of this stuff. Trying not to touch the plastic too much. And if you did a good job taping off, all you should really have to worry about is just the excess plastic up around the emblem. All right, and if you have any like overspray or whatever that didn't get covered, I got a little bit like right around here. All I gotta do is just take a microfiber towel and literally just rub it around, and it'll get rid of it. It's pretty simple. Alright guys, this is what the finished product looks like. It's a lot more glossier than the shadow black one. The piano black is supposed to be a nice gloss black look, and I think that's exactly what we got. A lot more deeper of a black too. I would definitely say that this hyper dip, the piano black one, is worth that $25 a can compared to the $5 can Plasti dip. Because with the Plasti dip, when you try to do the glossifier, it never would come out as good, and it wouldn't be nearly as glossy. I would compare this pretty much just with like a gloss black spray paint. So I would definitely recommend the hyper dip piano black. But on the other words, I don't know if I would recommend the hyper dip phantom black, just because you can get the same exact results with regular Plasti dip. I mean, it might not be as durable, but I mean, you can buy 5 cans for the same price as one of these cans. While the piano black one, I think, looks way better and gives you that gloss finish. It did come out a little bit orange peely, but I think all in all, it looks pretty good for a spray paint job. So, alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And please comment down below. Tell me what you think of this hyper dip. Do you think it's worth it? If you'll just stick with regular Plasti dip. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.